So reality TV has you fixated.
I mean, it always has. Something about reality TV, man. Like, it's just magic. Are we not taking a shot to set this off?
I have
you can
whiskey.
say no.
I just have whiskey.
I'm okay.
Please, I want to know
good.
more about which decisions you're actually like siding more with the guys with.
I don't know because the whole thing is that a lot like
I don't watch reality TV, so everything that you're saying right now is like apparently there's like levels or there's a spectrum to reality TV.
Yeah. Like
because
there's
technically
a lot.
like what was it, like road rules and like
even they have
there was like MTV like games or whatever.
Yeah, like there's a lot of stuff for like there's a lot
so
of
that's technically reality TV, like Real World.
Yeah, that's
right?
all reality TV. But that's fascinating because you get to see, regardless of like I have a very, I guess, like my niche, you know, of what kind of reality TV I like to see. And like, obviously I love the drama and stuff. I mean, it has to be good. Like I love Big Brother because like there's always drama and stuff like that, but there's a point to it. Like there's a competition and stuff like that. So, you know, everybody has their different stuff. But like in general, it's like you get to see people just be people. Like just be, you know what I mean? Like you get to see other human beings just be themselves and see how other people like function and how they like process information and react to different situations. And like usually like yeah.
You don't think any of that is scripted?
I mean, some of it might be scripted. Like
you don't think the moment these people know that they're on camera, they're gonna act out while out. Like you don't think these people have like archetypes? Like you have to be the calm one. You're the crazy.
I think people have this idea, and I think it doesn't just happen.
Maybe I'm wrong.
I think in reality TV, like that's kind of what I think people sensationalize it a lot more than it is. Like obviously a lot of that is scripted.
People or them?
But no. I think people, like the public, like in general, when people are like, that is all scripted. It's like, it's one thing for something to be scripted, like for there to be a script and for them to say, now you say this. It's different. That's different from being like, I like that we didn't get that right. Let's do it again. That's not the same thing.
But no,
also, like, I think a lot of times producers and the show might set up these situations, but I think the contestants' reactions are real.
Right.
And I at the same time, like, I do think that there's a lot of people on reality TV that are like, well, this is my moment. Like, I'm going to take advantage of this. But even that is like, that's crazy because there's a lot of people that wouldn't. So it's crazy to see that some people would be like, I don't care if I'm the villain. I don't get, like, as long as I get my fucking camera... my airtime, like I'm gonna do this or I'm gonna do that. Like even that to me is like fascinating. You're seeing literally people make all of these different choices and you're seeing their thought process and you can be like, oh, I would never do that. Or like, that's crazy that I see where they're coming from.
I always
like,
wonder,
you know?
on the back end of things. I get what you're saying. I always wonder on the back end of things, like how everybody's contracts is set up, how like they're getting paid, because all of that matters. Like if you're not getting paid unless certain things happen, then it incentivizes them to do crazy shit.
Well, reality TV doesn't get, they actually a lot of times like they don't get paid a lot. Like
I'm sure they don't get paid a lot, but
that's what I mean. Like shows like The Bachelor and stuff like that, like they literally get paid almost like minimum wage. Like they get paid like
minimum what you gotta
almost
look this up.
Literally because they get paid by the week or something. I mean, it depends on like the show and how they're set up, but you know what I mean. Like they get paid either by like episode or by the like for the time that they're gonna be there and stuff like that.
I'm sure they have contracts and they get to renew them and they get to like something. You can't just, I don't know, look it up because that matters, right? It'll incentivize you to either act crazy or not act crazy.
I feel like I feel like it depends. With a show like The Bachelor, for example, like that has such a huge following that a lot of people will go there just for the clout that they're gonna get, because you know that even if you don't get paid a lot on the show, like you're gonna come out of there with a fucking brand deal.
Let me see. Depending on how much money the show is bringing in the network, industry experts say that reality TV stars are paid anywhere between $750 per week to $75,000 per episode.
Yeah, but see what I mean? Like, John and Kate, like, that is a reality TV that is dedicated to their lives. Like, the Kardashians, they're going to make a lot of money from that.
Teen Mom on MTV reportedly pays $60,000 per episode. So I guess it depends on how popular.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Those are different because those are reality TVs where, like, they already are a personality that people are following. You know what I mean?
Right,
it's like
right,
the
right,
Kardashians. Like, yeah, the Kardashians are not getting paid a fucking minimum wage. They're on
$750 per week. How much is that?
entertainment.
That's a lot. I don't make that much.
$750 per week.
That's less than what I make right now.
That's $1,500. That's $3,000 a month. That's
I do not make that much.
That's $40,000 a year.
But do you see what I mean? Like that's regular. That's not like.
But it is enough. Well, I guess I could see it both ways.
That's not regular.
It would be
That's-
enough to be like, yo, I gotta
That's
wild
way above,
out
but
to make
also
more.
you have
But it's
minimum.
also not enough to be like, man, I
It's
ain't doing
not,
this shit for this
and
person.
also
Doing that
like
shit.
that is like per week. If you were doing it for a year, a lot of those contracts are for like 3 months.
And then they film, and then
You know
they
what I
get,
mean?
and then
Like,
yeah.
A lot of the times, like
I
the
wonder how all those
reality
contracts are set
TV,
up.
like the kind of the charm of reality TV is that you're gonna get a platform from that, and that's why a lot of people do it. So like, yeah, I think for like. If you're watching like Very Cavallari, like sure they're getting paid a lot more, but that's because they're already celebrities. Like people are already following them.
I
They
guess so.
are the reason why people are watching the
I guess
show.
so.
And I'm sure something like Jersey Shore that like when it first
I'm sure they
started,
banked.
well, when it
They
first
were- I'm
started,
su-
I'm sure
I'm
that
sure
they
they
weren't
didn't
paid a
get
lot
paid
because they were
shit.
probably expecting to like rotate between different people.
Exactly.
And
But
then
then
people just
they-
liked them so much that they kept bringing them back, and I'm sure they gave them more and more money.
But then
and
they
now they're
started
just-
wilding out.
Now they're living
and
on
then
it.
they got paid hella money.
They're
Yeah.
still putting out new episodes of it.
For real?
Yeah, they'll do like reunions, like family reunion. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
Jersey Shore family
They
reunion
do it with
or
like the kids.
vacations.
They're about to do one with the kids. It's so cute. But
that's
also
fucking
like those
crazy.
shows too,
Wait,
like
hey.
they have certain rules and like certain like they have to have like certain like protocols and stuff like that. Like in Jersey Shore, like it was fucking wild, but they do have like they're like, okay, if you do this again, like you're getting kicked out because we can't. MTV just has a little bit more leverage to do that because obviously it's like an adult show. But like even on
Well, I guess the network does matter, right?
the
whether you're
network
on
matters
whether
a lot.
you're on
yeah,
I
there's
guess that does
you
matter.
cannot do certain like
'Cause
on
you can't wild out,
ABC.
yeah.
You can't do that shit.
Right,
You know,
right.
so
Right,
it kind of
right.
depends. But
Yeah, I
I
guess
just
there's-
think
I
it's
guess there's
so
more nuance.
fascinating.
I never got into it because of the idea that like it's like even when it comes to like the Kardashians and stuff like that, where it's like following people's lives, like the real world where it's like a competition and stuff like that.
That's
like
what I
guess
mean. Like,
I
I
guess
watch
that
a
could be a
lot
little
of
bit more
those.
entertaining. The love aspect of it, the Bachelor, things
So
that have to do with love,
good.
I don't really buy because I
will
feel like
say,
all of that's
though,
like,
The
like really
Bachelor
manufactured.
is very like every season is kind of the same, and I think that's why Brenda and I watched it for a while, but I feel like now we're like
there's a lot
I
of them,
don't-
right?
It's
There's a lot
so
of
many
love-based,
fucking
like-
seasons.
Yeah. but-
Oh, and there's a lot.
No.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like there's a lot of like love-based reality TV where
Yeah.
like you set yourself up with like a stranger and like or, you know what I mean, stuff like that. I don't buy any of
I'm
that.
saying like there's a lot of it. Like my favorite one, and I could talk about this for hours because I think it's the perfect like love reality TV show, and that's Love Island. Like you will not
That, you
find
mentioned that before a couple
it
times.
is the perfect show because they're like the thing with The Bachelor is that like at the end like there is an engagement, you know what I mean? So they are setting out to, or like with Love is Blind, it's like obviously none of that shit is gonna fucking work because you're setting up people to like fall in love and commit for the rest of their lives in like 6 weeks. Like that's not
Sure.
gonna fucking work. Love Island though, it's literally just like we rented out a villa and then you date a bunch of people, and if it works out, it works out, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. Like at the end, the best couple can win like 50,000 pounds, but they can like at the very end they can choose. They basically say like you are the winners, and then one of them they each get an envelope, and then one of them opens it. One envelope is empty, the other one is 50,000, and that's the person that wins the 50,000 technically. And then they have to choose live, like right there on the finale. They have to choose if they're gonna keep the whole 50,000 or if they're gonna split it. Ooh. And that's like, but the thing is that like that is
But see,
the only
any-
show where like there's literally couples there that are like now married, have kids, like because
My
there's no
interest is
pressure.
peaked.
Like you get the
I don't know.
clout of
50K
it.
is a lot of pressure.
No, because
imagine that.
you get
Imagine
the
you're
clout.
like, I'm gonna keep my
there's
money.
people that have stayed on the show literally because also like they all become friends. So a lot of times they would just keep somebody around because they're like, well, we're really close. Like I really feel like I want to give them the chance to find like real love. But like if the audience likes you, they're gonna follow you anyway. You know what
Sure.
I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like
The
you
thing
get
that I
the
get-
clout anyway, so you don't really have to commit. Like if you don't like somebody, it's like, well, whatever. I'm still on TV, and if I'm likable, and you know what I mean? Like there's no pressure to find somebody because you can still
Right.
stay on the show and you can still get the clout without having to fake like
Right.
feelings
The
for
thing
somebody.
that I get cynical about in any of those things is that there is an exchange of money. That's really it. Especially when it comes to the love things, like anything that has to do with romance.
Well, The
stuff
Bachelor
like that,
doesn't have an exchange of money, but
Well,
I feel like
but
they're
you're
not
gonna
getting paid for
hopefully
it?
get to the Bachelor who has money, right?
no.
Wait,
Like,
so
The
they're
homie doesn't have money at the
but
end.
they're not getting paid to do
so
that?
they
They're not getting paid.
So they're just trying to see if somebody's gonna get engaged to some bum ass dude.
yeah.
What? Really?
Nah, son.
But also you have to here's the thing.
Nah,
like you have
son.
the thing with The Bachelor is like it's a very specific, and that's why it also fucking works, and that's why people still watch it. Even like again, like we watched it, and at first we were like, "This is fucking crazy," but after a while we were like, "This is bullshit." Like you just have a bunch of like overly romantic dates, which like obviously who's not gonna feel good? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter who it is.
Right, like
if it's somebody
endorphins,
who is
and
like
you manufacture
averagely
endorphins.
good looking, nice enough, and you guys are in like a boat with like a candlelit dinner and like
I also
fireworks.
don't like the premise.
It's
Like there's like a whole bunch of women going after
Yeah.
this one guy. I'm like,
But-
like women would actually do that shit. Like, bro, like there's
no, they
it's
would,
just-
but that's
it's
the
not-
thing. It's like it's
Nah,
like it has
not in
some-
real life. That's why it's not reality TV.
It is though. Those people fucking do it. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's one thing if you're like, but the thing is that like there are so many people that fucking watch that show and like they love it, and
I'm sure
people
they do.
go
I'm
on
sure
the
they
show,
do.
and like the thing with The Bachelor is that it's so overly dramatic, and I think that's why people like it so much. Like. But they don't get like The Bachelor doesn't get any fucking money at the end. Like again, they do it more for like the clout. Like there's always those people who go on for clout because they're gonna get followers on Instagram. But like the most that they get is that they get to pick out the engagement ring. But even then, if they break up after like within a certain amount of time, like within the year, they have to give the ring back. So they don't even get to keep, like they really don't have anything, like they don't keep anything. They don't make any money.
Let a good looking guy go out here randomly and tell 20 girls that he's dating him at the same time and that he's just trying to figure out which one he wants to, and watch those 20 girls be like, boy, bye. Peace. Like, fuck is wrong with you?
Immediately.
Like,
There's been a lot of people from Houston.
You don't tell me that. Like, the fuck? But it's a show, so they're going on there. They're probably going to get, some sort of clout, like you said, some sort of
But I think
fame,
you're underestimating
I think
how
it's-
badly some people want to get married.
I also think that there's like
that
a,
makes sense.
I don't doubt that
that
people
makes sense
want to
for
get married
the
badly.
people that you know. Like, yeah, the people, like the women in your life would probably never fucking do that. But think about how many fucking people are like, I'm sure that this person is the right one for me and I'm willing to fight other people about it.
I also think
There's
it has
so
a lot
many
to do with
fucking
like
people like
whenever
that.
they're
Yeah, I'm not-
casting
that-
these people, they would never cast me in something
That's
like
what I'm
that.
saying.
Because I would immediately be like, why? Like
That's what I'm
in The
fucking
Bachelor,
saying.
Like,
But the
y'all
fact that